What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So recently I've been setting up so many new dropshipping brands, and today I wanted to give you an in-depth look into 3 of my brand new ad accounts, showing you guys exactly how I set up and structure my Facebook ad campaigns, and then how I go and read the data and listen to the KPIs, make optimizations and changes in order to make me profitable. There's gonna be so many suggestions and recommendations along the way, so make sure you watch this video the full way through. And just before we get started, don't think I forgot about that one-on-one coaching call. Congratulations to the winner from last week, Daniel Lozano. Please shoot me a message on Instagram and we'll get right in the works of setting up your call. And the same rules apply for this week's video. If you guys want to win that one-on-one call with me, remember all you got to do is drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Those 3 things will automatically enter you into having that one-on-one call with me, and I'll announce who the winner is on my next week's video. Okay, so starting off with ad account number 1 here. This store is in the outerwear/clothing niche, and I've been sharing this store with a business partner of mine named Colin, or better yet, CJ the Entrepreneur, if you do know him from TikTok. And so this is a store we've been running together for a little while, and we've just been testing various interests, and finally we've kind of broken into the lookalike audience stage. So as you can see, here's an add to cart interest, essentially the ad set that we've been running the most lately, the campaign. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump right into this campaign. We're gonna analyze it. I'm gonna show you how I analyze it and make decisions on it. And the thing about this is that it is the exact same, whether it's an add to cart campaign, whether it's a 75% video view campaign, whether it's interests. My process, my method, I keep things very simple when I'm analyzing data and when I'm looking into these types of campaigns. So regardless, you're gonna be getting the full look on how I do things overall anyway. So here's the campaign, add to cart, $200. As you can see, we had bumped that up to $400, and this is within the last 7 days of performance that we're gonna be looking at. As you can see, for the ad sets, I went right ahead and tested 1% all the way through to 10%. So we got tons of different range to test, and as we did find pretty early on, the 1% and 3% add to cart interests were performing the best. So as we can see here, we have around a $33 CPM and a $38 CPM. So that is relatively high for the particular interest or audience, we'll call it. And so that's what's been posing the most challenge to us within this ad account, but I'll show you some things we did to counteract that and how we can continue to counteract that in the future. So as you can see, we spent $668 on this campaign and $912 on this one. Video percentage watched is kind of the first thing that I like to look at. It's not super important, but I just like to see, how engaging is the video. And this doesn't mean the video's selling and it's making people click through to my website and actually make a purchase. It's just showing, how engaging, how fun are people being, hooked when they see your video, how long are they watching it for, that kind of thing. So anything above 30% I'd say is not bad. Same with video average playtime. 15 and 13 is actually very, very high for this. So I'm really liking how this is turning out here. And the click-through rate, the main thing that I look at in terms of the click-through rate, I know there's tons of different metrics here, is the unique outbound CTR. So this is gonna trigger when people go through your ad onto your website or landing page. And so as you can see here, 2.29% in the 3% ad set and 3.29% in the 1% ad set. So that 3.29 is very, very strong. I would say anything above 2% is pretty good here. Above 3% is really good. If you ever manage to get above 4, you're probably swimming in profits at that point. But as we carry along here, the next key indicator or key performance indicator that I like to look at here is gonna be my cost per content view. Now typically I wanna get this as close to $1 as possible, but as you can see, it's very, very high. It's $2.18 here and $1.79. And likely that's because of the CPM, so there isn't too much I can do around that. But where things get interesting is when I compare the content views to the add to carts, and that's something that you should always be doing. It kind of gives you an indication on how well your offer is doing, how well your landing page is doing. Are you enticing? Are you compelling people to go ahead and add that product to their cart? So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for 10%. That's kind of the target. 10% of my content views should convert into add to carts. So as you can see, we're hitting that perfectly on the 3% add to cart ad set here, 306 to 34, that's above 10%. And then down here, we got 509 and 43. So that's below 10%, but it still is pretty close. Remember, 10% is that target. So I'm gonna give an A-OK for this section of the funnel here. Now, as we carry along, I would usually say checkouts play a role, but in this case in particular, we've been experimenting a lot with the buy it now or sending people directly to our checkout page. So they don't actually have to go through that initial checkout process, and they go straight from kind of the cart to the purchase. So that's why we're seeing, not many checkouts here, and we're seeing 34 add to carts translate straight into 12 purchases, and 43 add to carts translate straight into 22 purchases. This is actually pretty solid for the most part. Overall, we see here 77 add to carts into 34 purchases. I like to aim for 30% plus. So out of everybody who adds to your cart, you should be getting at least 30% of those people actually converting and buying something. And the cool thing here is you can then later go and set up your back end, set up your SMS flows, your abandoned cart recovery emails, all those types of things to then go ahead and win back some of those other customers who didn't go through the checkout process and actually complete their purchase. So again, this part of the funnel, I'm gonna give an A-OK. There's not too much going wrong here. But overall, this is a solid ad account. As you can see, we're at a 1.82 ROAS. This is profitable because luckily our product cost was pretty low. But again, the thing that's hurting us the most with this ad account is the higher CPMs. What we can see here is the 1% add to cart is significantly outperforming the 3%, which is what I usually find. But I do like to have both of them on because they both actually are profitable, and they're keeping us good. So it says 1.28 here and 2.22 for the ROAS. We're definitely a bit above this. I'd say we're closer to 2.2 overall. And that's because Facebook often mistracks. It's been doing the mistracking stuff a lot more lately with the new iOS 14 updates. So that's something to be aware of too. But overall, this ad account is pretty solid, and I'm gonna break down exactly what we can do with more suggestions and recommendations in case any of you guys are in this boat too. So just reflecting on ad account number 1 now, we saw a very good CTR, a good cost per content view to add to cart ratio, and a good add to cart to purchase ratio. So going forward, the recommendations for improvement is to just test new creatives. Always cycle new creatives in, whether it's images, whether it's videos, depending on your product. You can never test enough creatives. And here, test more lookalikes as well. That is because, we're just running the add to cart lookalikes right now, and it's important to constantly cycle through lookalikes, test different things, because lookalikes are dynamically updating. So as you bring more and more people onto your website and more customers, something that you had that was performing not as well before might start to perform well a few weeks, a few months later. And the last recommendations here is to try broad targeting with this product. So go ahead and put absolutely no targeting parameters whatsoever and just let Facebook do its thing. But I usually like to have, at least $10,000, $20,000 spent in the ad account before going ahead and trying something like this, because it usually does require quite a good amount of pixel data. And the last recommendation here is to split test through some of the locations. So on those ad sets, I forgot to show you guys, but essentially we were targeting the UK, Canada, and the US. So I could go back and I could then split up that campaign and basically make a duplicate of it 2 more times and test one whole campaign in Canada, US, and UK and see which one performs well. If it just happens that US is performing crazy well and the other countries are holding us down, then we continue targeting only in the US. So overall, I give this ad account number 1 a rating of 8 out of 10. Obviously we're doing a lot of solid things here, me and my business partner Colin, but we can definitely continue to improve. We can definitely test more things. And that's the name of the game in dropshipping and Facebook ads, is reading the data, making the necessary optimizations and changes, and just constantly testing. Never stop testing, because eventually you'll get more and more profitable, and that's when things start to get more and more fun. You can get crazy high profit margins, and then you can start reinvesting a lot more into your business in custom content, custom video ads, and tons of other things that are just gonna, bring your revenue way up. All right, so moving along to ad account number 2. So this store is basically still in its infancy. I literally just launched it a few days ago, and that's why you can see it's only an interest test campaign right now. Because typically when you're first launch a campaign, you don't have enough data to build out lookalike audiences, so you go straight in for the interest tests. So if I just pop into the campaign here, you're gonna see a bunch of different ad sets, and this store is in the hunting / outdoors niche. So as you can see, I have a lot of different hunting type ad sets here, and a few are already turned off just because as the days went by, I kind of noticed, different performance indicators, and that's what led me to turn a few off and keep a few on. But anyways, what we can see here is definitely much lower CPMs than what we saw in the previous ad account. So that's really nice to see. Total amount spent on this campaign of around $800. And the video percent watched is definitely down from the other ad account, but still 17%. I feel like that's not absolutely terrible. And same thing with the 5-second video average playtime. Could be a lot better. It's definitely gonna be worth testing a lot more creatives and trying to bring that up as best as possible. But on the 3 ad sets I have on right now, we're sitting at 6 seconds, which is pretty average, pretty good, I guess. As we continue along here, the next thing we're looking at is that unique outbound CTR again. And at least for these three that are turned on, they're all above 2%. This one's here is pretty much 3%, and this one's, you know, well over 2%. So that's pretty solid. Again, though, we're constantly gonna be refreshing creatives and testing new things. So that's something we should definitely do regardless, and try to get that CTR up into the 3, maybe even the 4 range if possible, because that's when we're gonna start to see real significant profits. As we continue along here, we can see that the content view to the add to cart ratio is nowhere near what I was talking about before in terms of the 10%, but that's also because this is a high ticket store. So now when I'm looking at a high ticket product and analyzing my ads for a product that's pretty expensive, you know, it's a bit of a different story. So I would say that I would like 5% of all my content views to convert to add to carts as opposed to 10%. Now we definitely aren't there. As you can see, we have 1,172 content views and only 33 add to carts in total. So we are definitely not at that marker yet, which means there's significant room for improvement within that realm. You know, whether it's changing our offer, changing up from the traditional buy one get one free or 50% off type offers, trying new things, switching up the landing page, copy, throwing in more images and GIFs, trying to make the offer and the product more presentable. There's tons of different ways you can go about this, but essentially we have to bring our add to carts up, and everything else in the funnel should follow too. Now, that being said, we also have a really nice cost per content view down here at 68 cents. That is really, really cheap from what I've seen lately, and that's partly because of the low CPMs and the pretty good CTR on these particular ads. If we keep looking here, the rest of the funnel looks pretty solid. We have, you know, 20 checkouts, and then going from 20 checkouts, we have around 10 purchases. So pretty close to that 30% there in terms of add to carts to purchases, which is what I'm looking for. And considering this is a high ticket product, I'm gonna go ahead and say the funnel is excellent here. And that's what's allowed me to be pretty stupidly profitable right off the bat here. So as we can see, we're pretty much sitting at a 3.77 ROAS. Again, Facebook probably mistracked once or twice. I'm definitely over a 4 ROAS on this brand new store, and I'm already raking it in, you know, pretty consistently day after day here. As we can see, we're looking at the lifetime view, and the purchase ROAS on some of these ad sets, 6.32, 4.65, 3.98 is pretty exceptional, especially when you're starting out with interest targeting. So, you know, this is gonna be a product, this is gonna be a store that I'm definitely gonna be testing for a while and breaking into lookalike audiences with. And the fact that there's still so much I can improve on based on what the data is telling me here is that I really have something on my hands that I can go and turn into a winner and make a lot of money, hopefully scale this thing up like crazy. So now just debriefing ad account number 2 here. Overall, it was a pretty good CTR, a great funnel considering it was a high ticket product. And this I didn't really touch on, but I'm gonna say it had a great backend and email marketing / SMS flows. That's because I've already recovered a couple customers doing things this way. And again, when I'm setting up high ticket products, I'm really putting a lot of time and effort into the back end and all these kind of things I typically wouldn't if it's a really cheap product. But getting that 1 or 2 more customers even can be huge, especially when you're selling products that are very expensive. The improvements that we need to make here is we need to test more creatives. And that, you know, this is gonna be a common theme with all ad accounts that I look at. You know, I just cannot recommend it enough. Constantly cycling in fresh creatives, testing new things. So at the end of the day, that's what's gonna make you so much money. You just have to do it. Just make new creatives, make new videos. It's gonna make you so much more money, trust me. And the next thing is testing more interest. So as you can see, I had a few turned off, a few turned on. I'm gonna be constantly cycling in new interests, just testing tons of different things, trying to, you know, build my pixel data and eventually get into lookalike audiences and maybe still run an interest campaign considering it's basically killing it. Just like we were talking about before, in terms of the content view to add to cart ratio, that could definitely improve. And so I need to improve the offer and the landing page, maybe even the whole site as a whole. But I have been working on the site quite a bit, given it is a high ticket product. I really like to brand stores that are like this and make sure that they have a really good customer experience. But I could definitely spend some more time looking into writing compelling copy and improving offers, trying different things, split testing different things on the product page and with the offer as well, which is definitely going to play a big role into my continued success selling this product and with this store. But overall, considering I just launched this and I'm already making a ton of money off of this product, I'm going to go ahead and give this ad account rating a 9 out of 10. But there is still improvements to be made, obviously. Now going into ad account number 3, This is actually one of my students' ad accounts that they've kindly let me use for this video. If we dive right into the ad sets of the 2 campaigns that he has running here in terms of the test campaigns, as you can see, it's a bunch of different interests. So this is in the home decor niche, which is also a really good niche to be selling in right now, FYI. But let's go ahead and look at the breakdown here. The first thing that you'll notice is the CPM is pretty crazy. I mean, given the fact that we're literally getting, like 40-cent content views or cost per content views, 20 cents, that means we're driving a lot of traffic for really, really cheap. And the CTR is definitely on the low side at 1.76 here and 1.71 for the unique outbound. Again, that needs to be at 2% minimum, or it's just gonna be a bit of a nightmare situation trying to become profitable. So that's the first thing that I would go ahead and recommend that he does, and we'll be discussing this moving forward as well. But changing up those creatives, changing up those images, what we have currently is just not working. However, we can see a pretty solid amount of add to carts, but given the fact that we're getting this many content views because we're getting really cheap traffic, it's not actually that solid. Don't be misled. As we can see here in this Wayfair ad set, we have 265 unique content views, but only 5 unique add to carts. Remember what I said about that 10% rule? Since we have 265 unique content views, we want to be as close as possible to around 27 unique add to carts for this ad set, and what we have right here right now is just not killing it. It's not really hitting that marker. At that 26 cost per content view, we can get away with it for now, but what it shows us is that it shows us there's a lot of room to go here, and a lot more money to be made if we improve upon our creatives and if we improve upon our offer and landing page and website customer experience, essentially everything as a whole. There's a lot of more room to run with this product in the store, but clearly there is a demand for this product because we can see, we're getting add to carts, we're getting checkouts, and we are getting those purchases flowing in. I mean, a 7.47 ROAS, again on this Wayfair ad set here, probably because the traffic was extremely cheap, and then a 2.35, some decent ROAS on some of these other interests as well. So overall, I'd say there's a lot of work to go. This is only his first store, so do cut him some slack in terms of his ads here. But it's definitely doing, he's doing a really great job for his first go at things. Some of these ad sets are really profitable. I'm gonna be helping him scale and hopefully, scale this up to some serious numbers over the next couple weeks. But yeah, I just, I'm really happy with how it's going so far, but there's so much more we can improve here. Ad account number 3, just going over kind of the debrief here. We're getting super cheap traffic, which is awesome. The interests were picked out really, really well, and the product and the product clearly has demand, which is great. So yeah, great interest and demand for the product. Those 3 things give us a whole window of opportunity with this product, with this store, and especially the fact that we're already breaking even or profitable on some of these ad sets means that there's just so much to go and so much money to be made here. But the improvements definitely need to start flowing in and flowing in quickly. So starting off with improving the CTR, we need to test more creatives right away. And then eventually we can break into LLAs quickly, I would say. In the home decor niche, I find LLAs work really, really well. And the thing about LLAs is when you're getting traffic for so cheap, you're able to break into them even quicker without spending as much money. Whether it's just starting off with the 75% video view or the 95% video view, those lookalike audiences can sometimes kill it even more than other lookalike audiences higher up in the funnel can too. So that's something that's gonna be really interesting to do with this ad account. And on top of that, obviously improving the offer or split testing, changing the offer, finding what works better in terms of getting those add to cart numbers up, and then also improving the landing page and funnel layout. Also split testing different locations. Another reason why the traffic was pretty cheap, because there's quite a few countries intermingled in there. So we need to try different locations. Maybe US is gonna provide us higher converting traffic, maybe it isn't, who knows? But overall, there is a lot of testing to go, but the raw potential is here on ad account number 3. So if your ad account looks similar like this one, I would definitely take some of these suggestions into mind and start deploying them quickly, because there is a lot of potential and room to run with this product, and I'm super stoked to get working with this student and help him improve. But overall, as of right now, I'm going to be giving this ad account number 3 a rating of 5 out of 10. And that's not to say that it's bad, it's just to say that there's a lot of money on the table and a lot of things we could be doing to go out and get that. Now, after reviewing all 3 ad accounts, I just want to leave you guys with a few key takeaways that are going to be across all these ad accounts and probably across all yours that you guys are working on too. So keep in mind, Facebook ads are easier than you think. It isn't some sort of insane algorithmic game you have to play. It's literally just a matter of reading the data and making the necessary optimizations and changes in order to better increase your profits with the store. You need to focus on what you can do and focus on what's in your control. And what better way than to double down on your marketing efforts, meaning your ad creatives, your offer, and your landing page. Obviously, choosing the right product is a huge part of the puzzle, but if you focus on what you can control, either your product will work or it won't, and you'll know to move on or stick with it and continue. Essentially, really double down and focus on those marketing efforts, ad creatives, offers, and landing pages. Now, once you've chosen the right product, things are looking up. Make sure you validate the demand, you're getting those sales, and never stop testing, never stop improving. Continually invest your money. Once you make your first couple $1,000s, do not go and blow it. Continue to invest it. Go out there and get custom ad creatives. Order the product if you haven't already. Do tons and tons of different marketing efforts. It's gonna cost you money, but it's gonna make you a heck of a lot more later on. Now, the last thing here is that experience equals intuition. So I can give you guys a general overview. I can show you about the ad accounts all I want, but at the end of the day, you need to be the one that can look at the ads at the end of the night and make those key decisions for what's best for your money in every dollar of ad spend going towards more dollars in your pocket. So once you build that experience, the more ads you run, the more stores you open, your intuition will go up and you'll be able to look at your ad account and go, boom, okay, this is what I need to do. CTR is low, new creative, boom, hit up, bands off ads, get a new creative in, stuff like that. That's gonna come with time, experience, and your intuition is gonna increase, and just overall, everything is gonna be better. But do not stop. As you can see, keep in mind, Facebook ads are easier than you think. So that's just about all I got for you guys in today's video. Thank you guys so much for making it this far into the video. It means so much to me. I'm gonna keep putting out these videos because I love to see all the support that I'm getting from you guys, and I just can't wait to see where things go from here. Do not forget to please smash that like button down below. It helps me out so much if you haven't already. Also comment and subscribe to the channel if you wanna win that one-on-one coaching call with me, or if you don't, please do it to help me out anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see you next week. Peace out.